Hello everyone and welcome to Lovella's Coloring. How are you all doing? I hope that you guys are all doing well and healthy. So, I am doing a tag that was introduced by the lovely KP of KP Colors, where she gives a list of 10 themes where we pick our favorite coloring book or books for each of those themes. I will include her channel link and a link to her video of her favorite books down below in the video descriptions in case you haven't seen it yet. So I really do encourage you guys to check out her video. She did open it for anyone to join and to do this tag, and I was really interested in doing it. It sounded like a lot of fun to figure out which books I would choose. And yeah, as I was going through the list, it was hard trying to figure out which books to pick because I love all of my books and I kept switching books around but I think I finally got it down. And yeah, so I will also leave the list of the 10 different themes down below, and I'll also have the themes on the screen so you won't get lost about which one I'm on. So the first on the list is to share my favorite coloring books with food. So I have two to share with you, and the first one is Sweets and Dishes, and this is by Eri Nishiwaki. And I believe KP also shared this book on her list, and I've only done one coloring in here, which is the donuts one, and I did color it with Holbein's. I was trying the Holbein's out on this paper, and yeah, I really love this book for food because each page has different kinds of foods. Some are like whimsical themed, and some are like regular settings. So this one's kind of like Cinderella in like a sweets kind of environment or land. Dessert carriage with spaghetti on top. I think that's spaghetti or some kind of pasta. But yeah, so here's one with a dollhouse. so it's something different in each page, but each page has food in it. And it's a lot of pages for a small book too. So yeah, this is my first book for food, which is Sweets and Dishes by Eri Nishiwaki. And then the second one, that's my favorite, is this was I got this year, I believe, and this is Mochi Mochi Panda. And yeah, I haven't colored in here yet, but I love mochi. It's a Japanese dessert, I think, made with sweet rice. And so they have like a little character, which is the Mochi Mochi Panda, and all these little pandas are kind of like pulled off from the big one, so it's like kind of reminds me of Gremlins. So but yeah, so there's some foods in here. There's a burger, popcorn, cafe stuff, cafe food, chips. So it's a really cute coloring book with food themes. Yeah, so this is Mochi Mochi Panda, and I don't know who the illustrator is, but yeah, I got this from Amazon Japan. So the next one is to share my favorite books with fashion. So I didn't really have fashion books, but I did get one recently, which is a Korean coloring book through Amazon, and I believe it's called Girls Look Fashion. I did do a flip through of this book on my channel if you want to check that out. And the reason why I picked this as a favorite for fashion is that this one has like, how many in here? 8 separate themes for fashion. So you have like lady look, then it's a not navy, but marine look. There's several pages that you can color of that theme, the layered look. And I think it's just cool to figure out what your color scheme would be for the outfit. And I believe there's a bohemian look right here. Really cute. And then you also have girlish look. Then you have military look. Then the rock chic look. Then the wedding look and party look. Yeah, it's just a fun book. If you like fashion and just want to color the outfits. So it is the girls look fashion. I think that's the title. I'm sorry if it's incorrect, but I did do a flip through, so if you want to check that video out. And then the next one for fashion is the Hannah Lynn books. I think, you know, for fashion, I love how she creates different outfits for a lot of her books. I don't think you would see any repeats or anything. So this is her latest one, the Whimsy Girls Through the Decades, and I love how she picks or she draws the different fashions through the ages, especially the 80s. So yeah, really cool book to have. And then, you know, like Steampunk Darlings, the outfits that she's created for these books, right? Yeah, I think it's just a lot of her books that she I just love how she puts together an outfit for each of her girls. Yeah, so that's Hannah Lynn, her books, plus the Korean book for fashion. So the next one is my favorite coloring books with animals. And it's hard because I have lots of books with animals, but I guess my favorite one would be the books by Kanako Egusa. So this is Menuet de Bonheur and Rhapsody in the Forest. And I haven't done anything in these books yet. I keep thinking I'll go and color it in, but just never get to do it. So hopefully I'll get to do it sometime soon. So these have a lot of animals in them, whimsical looking animals with different themes. Some of them in nature. See the hedgehog right over here. Yeah, but her illustrations of these animals in different settings, so cute. Yeah, it's one of my favorite illustrations, favorite coloring books to have. And then the other one is books by Lulu Mayo. She has a collection where each of the books are themed by a certain animal. So I just brought a couple out. You have like a million bears. So she has them like in different settings and different kinds of bears, polar bears, panda bears, donut bears. So it's really cute, her illustrations for these animals. Then she also did animals right over here, or owls. You have little pandas in there too. Really cute. I did do this one, which was from 2017. But yeah, I just love how she has each of her books themed. So this one, I think it just came out last year, 2019. And so this is sloths. Again, different sushis, different settings. So cute. It looks like rabbits. Yeah, rabbits, and then there's the sloth. Raccoons. I think I did one in here. Oh, let's see. There's this one. Tried to put a lot of Whimsical. I don't know if you can see the shimmer on it, but yeah. So yeah, so Lulu Mayo and Kanako Egusa, love their books. They're my favorites for animals. So the next one, believe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, which is my favorite fantasy coloring books. I'm starting to go by illustrators. So books by Camilla D'Errico is a great fantasy book. I believe like this one where she has like little fantasy themes, Octo Girls, and what did I do? Oh, I did this one for Girls with the Horn. So I love her illustrations. They're great fantasy looking illustrations, especially in her Mermaids one, her fantasy. And I believe she has a new one coming out too. And I did, what did I do in here? Oh, the Octo Girl, Octo Head. So, yeah, really cute. You're going to notice that a lot of my books only have like one page colored. It's because I'm going through all my books trying to color at least one page in each of them. So the other illustrator that I really love for fantasy is Jasmine Beckett Griffith. So these are her books. So this is her first book, her fantasy art adventure. Really gorgeous book. I think when I first got this book, I was really conflicted because a lot of people were saying what they liked or what they didn't like to use on her books, and so kind of made me hesitant to color in here. So this one, I think it was with Prismacolor, but yeah, hope to color more in her books. So yeah, so and she also has a mermaid book, kind of like Camilla D'Errico. So yeah, just by looking at her illustrations, just gotta love her. So this is my coloring in here. But yeah, her fantasy theme books, all of them are just gorgeous to me, so I had to bring them all out. So this is the Alice Wonderland, and I haven't colored anything in here yet, so really different from her other ones because the girls that she that she illustrates are, some of their faces are different. So yeah, so for fantasy books, Jasmine Beckett Griffith and Camilla D'Errico are my favorites. So the next one, number 5, is my favorite whimsical coloring books. And yeah, and that was really hard because there's a lot of books that I like, so I'm just kind of change it up a little bit and just do it by illustrators that I like, that carries those whimsical books. So the first one I want to share is by Emily Liddell Oberg. I just brought out one of her books. All of her books I think are whimsical, and they're all beautiful and my favorites in my collection. Like I said earlier, I think all of my books are my favorites. So in this book, it's just a gorgeous book to me and very whimsical. Beautiful illustrations. Her illustrations are unique, and you just see it and it's her work. This is the page I worked on. This was a couple years ago. They're like 2017 or 18. And yeah, again, a lot of my books that I'll be sharing has like only one finished page in it because I'm still trying to get through my whole collection, trying to color at least one page in it. So yeah, so this is Sagor Ok Sagner by Emily Liddell Oberg. And then the other illustrator whose books I think are just all beautiful and whimsical are by Klara Markova, and I just brought out the Tenderful Enchantments book. I have all 4 of her books. So again, her illustrations, like Emily's, are unique, and you just look at her illustrations and it is a Klara Markova illustration. Very beautiful. And the page I colored in here is this one. Yeah. So books by Clara Markova and by Emily Liedel Oberg. Their series of books, I think they're my favorite for whimsical coloring books. So we are at the 6th one, which is to share my favorite detailed coloring books. So for I'm just gonna bring two books out, and books by Kirby Rosanis, his whole series, especially the new one that are coming out. I consider those detailed coloring books, and any of his work are my favorites. So I just brought out the Mythomorphia because it's one of my favorites in his series of books. I don't know, I just, it's hard for me to pick between them, so I just go by the illustrators. I just love all of the illustrations. They are beautiful books. And I'll probably say beautiful a lot in this video too. This is the double page spread that I did color in his book. So you can see a lot of the details, and in this one I kind of had to do the background first. Then try to do one by one, figure out what colors I'm going to be coloring it. It took about like 2.5 weeks to finish these 2 pages. But so I consider Kirby Rosanis a detailed coloring book, and any of his work in any of his books are the reason why I picked them all for my favorite for detailed. And then the other ones are actually all under the Mythographic series, and they're still pushing out more books, both by Joseph Cannonbang and Fabiana Attanasio. So this book is by her, and this one is The Enchanted Castles. And I did do a coloring in here, but as you can see how detailed the pages are. What I like about these Mythographic book is that it's one-sided, it's framed, so you don't have to go all the way out to the edge. And I did do one page over here. But each of the Mythographic books, I think, are very intricate and detailed. Definitely something I would take my time to color, because some of them are just like, how would I color it kind of thing. So any of the Mythographic books, and of course any of Kirby Rosanis books, are my favorites for detailed coloring books. Okay, we are now at our 7th, which is my favorite simple or easy going books to color in. And so I have 3 books to share with you. So the first one is the Travel Mosaic Color by Number. I've really been loving coloring in here because they have the colors set out for you. You just have to pick the colors and then just start going in and coloring it. And these are fun to do in between major colorings, ones that take a couple days or a week, and these are great to do in between to get it done and be like, yes, I finished it. So Travel Mosaic Color by Number, and this is by Sun Life Drawing. Another book that I like to color that I think are simple and easygoing books are the Le Grand Classique coloring books. These are French coloring book or color by number books, and so they have all the Disney images in here, and then the color swatch that you'll need for the image down below, and they also have the answer images in the back. But I did do the beginning ones over here of Elsa and Anna, and they're really quick ones to do also. I mean, as soon as you find the colors that you need to use, color it in. And for me, I like to use the Prismacolor, and I just kind of go over it and then bring out the Gamsol to smooth out the coloring. So yeah, so these are nice, easy colorings to do. Again, like the travel mosaic, to do in between major colorings. And then one more that I like to do, or like to color in, that I think is my favorite, is the Disney Vitralis. This is the Spanish version. There is a French version called Disney Vitro, and yeah, these are they're easy to color in. Depending on what you use. If you're using pencils, of course, it's going to take a while. So I use pencils for this one, which is Hank from Finding Dory. But yeah, some are big. This is a big book. Then you have some of the smaller ones with the black background. A lot of pages. Again, Disney, you know, always have fun with Disney books. Oh, here's another one that I did. And this one went a little bit faster than the Hank one because I also used Derwent Inktense on this one. It does come out a little bit warped, but I'm sure as you color on this side, it'll kind of even itself out. Yeah, so those are my favorite books to color in that are simple and easygoing. So we have Disney Vitralis, which is also by Hachette Heroes, and then Les Grands Classiques. Any of the Les Grands Classiques books are great. And then the Travel Mosaic Color by Number. So we are at our 8th one, which is Favorite Coloring Book Series. And it was so hard to figure out which one, but I'll share which one is my top one of my favorites, and then one that's like right close to it. So all the books that are illustrated by Rita Berman, I love her series of the seasons where you have summer, you have fall, you have winter, and you have spring. And then she also started another series, which is Microscope Under the Water, and then Microscope on Land. I think that's what it means. Land Under the Microscope. Sorry. But her series, you know, is fun because you can take it out each book, you know, throughout the year. And so this one I did for summer. So you can color each of her books, and it can be for each of those seasons. So you have one for fall, you have winter. If I color in here, so this one, get this one over here, and spring. Did I do any oh, I didn't do any in spring. Go back and do that. I know I didn't do anything in this one yet, and then this one I did do. These and this one. So yeah, her series of books, you just, you know, she has something that you can color all through the year. So that's why I picked her books as my number one for coloring book series. But close to hers is another illustrator, which I'll just show really quick. And they are books by Hannah Carlzon. So her series of books I just love because they're hard covered books, and I just love that they're hardcover books. And this is her newest one, so Midnight Masquerade, and she has a theme for each of her books. So I have Spirit Animals also, Tide of Varv, I believe this is the Seasons book, the Jewelry Box coloring book, Magical Dawn, Daydreams, and then I also have Summer Nights, which I do have a coloring in here to share later on for end of the month. But yeah, her books are like right up there with Rita Berman's also, because her books you can work on all through the year also. And yeah, so it's beautiful paper too. You don't have to, you can use watercolor. So I use Neo Colors on here. You don't have to, I mean, it is warped, but as soon as you color on top of here, I think it would just strain out and stuff. So yeah, so her series of books, it's just, you know, it's just something different for each of them. So whatever you're feeling like, you can just pull out one of her books. So yeah, so Hannah Carlson and Rita Berman's are my coloring book series favorites. So we are at our 9th theme, which is my favorite dark or Halloween coloring books. I don't really have dark, but I did get one by Coloring Heaven, which I still haven't colored in, but I'm hoping to color in for this Halloween, which is the Coloring Heaven Dark Fantasy Special, and this is by Enis Guerrero. And yeah, her illustrations are just gorgeous, and yeah, I hope to work on a lot of Halloween themed coloring books for this Halloween or October. But her illustrations are gorgeous, so it'd be one of my favorites to want to work in. Yeah, so this is Coloring Heaven Dark Fantasy Special. Another book which is like cutesy Halloween is the Fedorable Minis. And so this is a pocket size coloring book by Selena Fennick. And these are really cute, quick colorings to do, especially for Halloween. They are really small, so yeah, I don't know. I tried using markers with it as a base and then using pencils. I didn't really clean up around it. I probably should put something around there just to clean it up. But yeah, they have some cutesy spring ones, but then you also have your Halloween themed books. So there's many illustrations to choose from on this one. So there's 50 illustrations. So this is Fedorable Minis pocket size coloring book by Selena Fennick. And then the third book is actually new. I just got this sorry, dog barking in the background. I just got this as a Happy Mail by the Lovely Tea. So this is Jasmine Beckett Griffith Halloween coloring book, a spine-tingling fantasy art adventure. So again, like the Dark Fantasy by Enis Guerrero, I do hope to color some of Jasmine's illustrations for this coming Halloween. Yeah, so these are the books that I consider my favorite for the dark and Halloween coloring books. So there's Jasmine Beckett Griffith Halloween. We have Coloring Heaven Dark Fantasy Special by Enis Guerrero and Fedorables by Selena Fennick. So we are at the 10th one, which is my favorite coloring books with a different culture. And I kind of got confused with this one because I wasn't sure if it was meant for like illustrators that are from a different culture from my own, or if it's a book about a culture that is different from my own. So I took it as, you know, like the books that are a different culture than my own. So I don't know, technically I'm Asian, so I just went ahead and stayed out of the Asian culture theme, and I found two books to share. So the first one is by Clara Yang, which is Love in 30 Languages. It's a travel adventure coloring book. And so in her book, you have different cultures. And so a lot of them are different from mine. So I thought I would go ahead and share it. So it's a German one. It's in Sri Lanka. It's a Hawaiian. Yeah, so there's a lot in here. Thai, that's Asian. So I colored this one, which is Egyptian. I think that was like in 2017. But yeah, so I chose this book, which has cultures from different parts of the world. So I thought this would be a great book to share as a favorite coloring book with different culture. And then the back you have like an index of the different cultures that are in this book, or different countries. And then the other book is Coloring Heaven Collection, Costume by Fabiana Traer. And in this one she also has different cultures in here, or their fashions and stuff. So yeah, I thought this would be a great book to share. This is a new book, or new magazine to me, which I had to order from Coloring Heaven. And yeah, oops, Medieval Knight. And then she also has like eras in here. Russian, Mexican, hula dancer, Maasai. So yeah, so for the different cultures, the Coloring Heaven collection costume designs by Fabiana Traer, and Clara Yang's Love in 30 Languages are my favorite books for that theme. So yeah, so that's it. I had a lot of fun picking out my favorite coloring books for each theme, and I hope you guys had fun seeing which books I've picked. I know I picked a lot and kind of made them into like illustrators in all of their books, but yeah, like I said before, it's really hard for me to pick favorites among my collection, but these are the ones that I chose to pick out. So let me know down below which books you would pick out, or if you have a channel, please, I hope you guys do this tag too, because it's interesting to me to see, what similar or different books we have, or that we would pick. And yeah, so I want to thank you all for stopping by to watch. I do pray and I hope that you're all doing well, especially those who are affected by just, a lot of the stuff that are going on in our world, like, COVID, the fires, and especially those who are down south who are going to be dealing with Hurricane Laura. And for those of you who have friends and family there, I'm thinking of all of you guys. My heart goes out to all of you. So I hope, my little video and other channels are able to help, take your mind off for a little bit, and that you guys enjoy, just a little happiness in the day. So thank you guys so much again for watching. Please take care, stay safe and healthy, and I'll see you all at my next video. Happy colorings. Bye-bye.